Welcome to the 12 report with Blessings Mosugu, and these are the headlines. Osun APC considers legal challenge to Adeleke's victory. Blessing Agbe-Baku resigns as Edo House of Assembly Speaker. U.S. envoy Kushner to meet Netanyahu after Hamas discussions in Egypt. We have our reporters standing by across different parts of the country and beyond, ready to bring us the latest update. Igbalani Omoni is live in Osun State. Joshua Imarai is standing by in the FCT. Victor Mbadike joins from Lagos. Israel Iferobo is live in Rivers. And outside the country, we have Mongani Ziba live in South Africa, while Afia Hagen is standing by in London. We'll bring you the latest from our reporters in just a minute. Just stay with us. Let's kick things off by telling you that the Speaker of the Edo State House of Assembly, Blessing Agbe-Baku, has resigned from office amid reports moves by lawmakers to impeach him. His media aide, Ivy Ebojele, confirmed the resignation in a Facebook post, saying further details would be communicated later. Agbe-Baku's resignation reportedly paved the way for Yekini Idaya, representing Akoko Edo II, to emerge as the new Speaker. News Central has had its hands on the pulse of the Osun people for weeks now. And speaking on the elections, the All Progressives Congress in Osun State says it is consulting its legal team after Ademola Adeleke was declared the winner of the 2026 governorship election. The party says it is reviewing results from the state's 332 wards before deciding on its next course of action. APC spokesperson Kola Olabisi says the party will consider all available legal options, including approaching the Election Petition Tribunal, if advised by its lawyers. The party has also urged its supporters to remain calm and avoid provocation as the review continues. It is further calling on the police to protect its members and supporters during the post-election period. Meanwhile, normal economic activities have resumed in Osogbo, the Osun State capital, following Saturday's governorship election. Markets, shops and businesses reopened as residents returned to their daily routines after the poll and the subsequent declaration of Governor Ademola Adeleke as the winner. The return to normalcy follows the easing of election-related restrictions, allowing movement and economic activities to continue across Osogbo. News Central's Igbalani Omoni joins us from Osogbo in Osun State for what the atmosphere looks like after the elections. Ni, you have been covering the elections, and great job to the team, by the way. It's been a fantastic one. I mean, News Central has been everywhere on social media. But what is the atmosphere like over there after the elections?
It's been a while since we've been in Osogbo, the capital of Osun State, and we really saw this more traffic, economic activities back to the state, since Friday, where the current administration declared a public holiday. Economic activities have kind of wind down, not that it's really come to a halt, but has wind down over time. And Saturday was election, not so much movement at all. Then Sunday, very little movement. In fact, we saw very few restaurant malls open at that time. It's Monday, it's the first work day, and you can see the streets are crawling. Traders, petty business owners open and ready for the day's action. And I'm sure this will be the movement, or this will be the activities we are going to be seeing moving forward. But let's speak with some of the people who are trading, some of the residents. We are going to reel from what exactly the mood has been like. Did they vote? The person they voted for that got in. Also, how do they feel that activities are resuming back to their state now? So I'll quickly start with here. I was speaking, he's going to speak in Yoruba. I'll try to translate in English as much as I can so that we can get a feel of what he's talking about. Ẹ káàárọ̀ sà. Àkọ́kọ́ náà ẹ jẹ́ kí n béèrè ní pé ṣé ẹni tẹ́ dìbò fún ló wọlé, àti wípé nísìnyí kí làwọn nǹkan tí ẹ fẹ́ láti ọ̀dọ̀ gómìnà yín?
Àkọ́kọ́ náà a dúpẹ́ lọ́dọ̀ Ọlọ́run pé ibi tá a fẹ́ kó wó sí iná ló wó sí, ẹni tá a fẹ́ kó wọlé iná ló dẹ̀ wọlé, inú wa gbogbo wa dùn l'Ọ̀ṣun State. Ní tá a fẹ́ kó ṣe ní tó ti ń ṣe tẹ́lẹ̀ bó ṣe ń ṣe lọ iná ni kó ṣe kó wà láàánú kó dẹ̀ fún ṣe.
Nísìnyí ọjọ́ ajé àkọ́kọ́ ni tó máa wáyé lẹ́yìn tí ìdìbò yìí ti ṣẹlẹ̀. Báwo ni ó ṣe rí lára yín pé ẹ tún padà sẹ́nu iṣẹ́ tí gbogbo nǹkan ti tún lọ?
Inú wa dùn kò sí rògbòdìyàn kò dẹ̀ sí súnmi sí omi òtó àrípá àwọn èèyàn ń lọ ibi iṣẹ́ wọn kò dẹ̀ sí pé anybody ń bára wọn jà mọ́ gbogbo tó ṣẹlẹ̀ ìyẹn ti lọ nìyẹn inú mi rẹ̀ dùn táwọn èèyàn bá lè fọwọ́sowọ́pọ̀ pẹ̀lú gómìnà náà kó lè ṣàṣeyọrí.
He mentioned that one is happy that the person they wanted was a person that got into power. Secondly, he's happy there's no post-election violence because now economic activities can resume normally and they don't have to worry about anything. As you can see, everything is going on. I'd like to speak with someone else. Good day, sir.
Good day, sir.
You're a Baruda, and I'm sure your economic activities was grounded for a while during the election. How does it feel resuming back to what you do to make money?
Yeah, we are very happy, and this election is very fair and free and fair election. And the first, we think that the thing is going to be worse and fight will be happening, and everything is okay now. We're happy for it.
Okay. Before the election, there were a lot of fears, pockets of violence here and there. And how did that make you feel about your business? How did that make you feel about this? And now, seeing how everything panned out, how does it make you feel?
As the first time, we are very scared. We are very scared. But now, as the election goes very free and fair, we are happy now, and our mind has rest now.
On a final note, what do you expect from your governor now?
We are expecting, as he did before, he did a very good job, and we expect him to continue the very good job he did, because that is what makes us to vote him back. Yeah.
All right. Okay, so I can go on and on to ask every single person here. This is the reaction we keep getting. In fact, at some point, you keep hearing chants on the street, motorcyclists, people are done in the yellow cap to represent the party. They're moving over, chanting, drumming, just, trying to express themselves that they are happy with the situation of things. And of course, the fact is that there's no post-election violence and they can do their trading, return back to normal life, and everything seems good here. So for now, the people are happy. Economic activities have resumed. We're just waiting to get information about when the certificate of return will be presented to the governor. We're trying to get that information. Once we have it, they said between today and tomorrow, we'll be able to give more updates.
All right, Ni Omani there, who has been doing a great job covering the Osun pre-elections, elections, and now the post-elections. And one can say it's been a very dramatic and eventful round of events in Osun State, from threats to the elections and to the aftermath of the elections, and now seeing that there might just be a legal threat looming. But we're still talking about the Osun elections. Now, re-elected Osun State Governor Ademola Adeleke has directed the State Attorney General to withdraw the lawsuit against the EFCC over the freezing of the government's bank account. He announced the decision after President Bola Tinubu intervened in the matter. The governor said he was moving past the dispute following the president's intervention, which led to the lifting of restrictions on the account. The anti-graft agency in defense to their action had said the account was frozen as part of an investigation into alleged financial misconduct by the state government. Stepping away from election matters now, the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, NDLEA, is publicly destroying illicit drug exhibit seized from traffickers and dealers. The exercise, which involves the burning of the confiscated substances, is aimed at safely disposing of the seized exhibits and reinforcing the agency's campaign against illicit drug trafficking and abuse. News Central's Victor Mbadike is currently at the venue and joins us with more on this. Victor, what exactly is happening at the venue? Why is it happening now that they feel the need to destroy these confiscated substances? And what can you see there?
Well, we may need to be quick with this because, of course, the chairman of NDLA is about to speak on the matter and, of course, answer your many questions. But let me just give you a quick brief. Just right behind me is at least 300 tons of seized drugs and exhibits by the NDLA from various traffickers and, of course, dealers across the country. And if you look at them right now, the state looks like it's getting ready to be burnt and destroyed by officials of the NDLA. We understand that this alone, what you can see here is actually cocaine, and each kilogram of this cocaine that you see right here, this colored piece of material that you see right here, is worth about 25 million naira. That's just for a kg. And just right above it is we see something like a white packed carton. that in itself is cannabis, and that is, we understand, goes for as much as Canadian law, that's about tramadol, please, that's about 70 million. And then just go to my far left, you see this black covered, this is actually Canadian loud, and goes for about 2.5 million per bag. I mean, all of this, we understand, goes for as much as 2 billion naira in street value. That's quite a whole lot. I mean, and that's, we understand that the chairman is already speaking now, so let us quickly join him for a minute, if you can, so we get details, of what really transpired, how some of all of these goods, were seized, at where, from who, and when. So let's quickly join them.
And Lagos remains a hostile territory for drug crimes. I wish to sincerely appreciate the support and collaboration of the judiciary, the Lagos State government, the Lagos State Security Force, the place where our international collaborators, the FOC, Flag Officer Commanding in charge of Western Naval Command, who is our host here today. My friend, Controller of Custom Federal Operation Unit, Ikeja, whose partnership continues to strengthen our operational success. To our young people, I urge you to reject illicit drugs and embrace productive, healthy lifestyles. Drug abuse destroys lives, families, and communities, and together we must continue to resist this threat. On behalf of the officers and men of Lagos Strategic Command of NDLA and the commands within Lagos State, I thank you all for your presence and support. Thank you, and God bless you.
Thank you very much, the Commander, Lagos Strategic Command. I want us to appreciate him by putting our hands together for him once again, please. Thank you. We take a goodwill message from our strategic partner, and that is no other person than the CG of Customs, Dr. Bashir Adewale Adeniyi, MFR. Let's put our hands together as he walks to the podium, please.
Thank you very much. Your Excellency, the Executive Governor of Lagos State, here represented by the Secretary to the Government of the State, the Chairman, CEO, NDLEA, our uncle, our brother, our daddy, General Buba Marwa, very senior officers of government security agencies here present. Permit me to specifically recognize the Flag Officer Commanding Western Naval Command, and of course all your senior officers here present, the Commissioner of Police, the colleagues from the Road Safety, and indeed all other agencies of government here present, the Strategic Commander in the LEA, Lagos, the representative of our father, the Abba of Lagos, partners, local and international, gentlemen of the press, distinguished ladies and gentlemen.
You're still live with us on the 12 Report. We go on a short break now, and when we come back, we've got more stories. Do stay with us. Glad you're still with us. Now let's go to the FCT, where stakeholders from the academia, civil society organizations, and other key sectors of the economy have converged on Abuja to dialogue on the adoption of artificial intelligence in Nigeria's workforce. The focus of the conversation is on bringing together diverse perspectives and experiences to identify practical policy pathways that will ensure AI adoption in Nigeria is responsible, inclusive, and supportive of decent work. Our correspondent Joshua Imurai joins us live for more on this. Joshua, it's known already that AI is the future of technology and basically the future of work. What are these stakeholders actually discussing about the adoption of AI in Nigeria's workforce?
Good afternoon to you, blessings. If you should look across the room, you understand that there are a couple of individuals, particularly numbering 40 of them, who are here for this conversation. And what these individuals are here for is to speak on the future of AI and its adoption and the policy adoption in Nigeria. And we saw some of the researchers who actually took a research on how even the adoption of AI is to the Nigerian economy. Now, based on what the researcher found out is that there seems to be uneven adoption of AI across the country, and one of these factors contributing to the uneven adoption of AI is the issue of electricity, technology, and perhaps the lack of manufacturing. These are the issues they've highlighted, and they are saying that for us not to be left out or perhaps left behind in this AI boom, we need to scale up in terms of technology, infrastructure, and the likes.
Joshua Marai, have we heard anything from any major stakeholder? And what are the disadvantages that are also being discussed? Because for everything that has an advantage, there's almost definitely a disadvantage.
There is the issue of ethical usage of the artificial intelligence. Now, you understand that while some individuals use it for positive purposes, there are other couple of individuals who still use AI for negative purposes. So these are some of the threats. You understand that the Interpol just released a report on Nigeria's and Africa's cyber threat assessment, and it has been discovered that AI has been used to commit crimes, various degrees of crimes, and these are the threats and these are the issues. They are saying that the stakeholders here are saying that the positive should outweigh the negative when it comes to the use and adoption of AI.
All right, Joshua Marai there with the conversations around AI and its integration into Nigeria's workforce. Now to more stories. A 43-year-old clergyman identified as Jacob Irewa has allegedly set his wife, Berida Irewa, ablaze following a domestic dispute in Lokoja, Kogi State. The incident, which occurred in the Filele area of the city, has sparked outrage, with residents and the victim's family demanding justice. News Central's Mono Balagbubu has the details.
Residents of Oworo Estate in Filele and its environs are still in shock following the alleged attack on Berida Irewa by her husband, Jacob Irewa. The couple had reportedly been married for about 4 years before the disagreement that allegedly left Irewa with severe burns. Angry youths in the area reportedly attempted to lynch the suspect before local vigilantes intervened and took him to a secure location pending the arrival of the police. Irewa explains what transpired before the alleged attack.
We haven't fought before. I haven't laid my hand on her before. Talk less of setting her on fire. It happened beyond my imagination. And I've been praying every day and night so that this kind of thing should not happen to me. But, my God, I put my trust in you.
The victim, who is now currently receiving treatment at a private hospital in Lokoja, recounts the ordeal.
My husband came to ask me about his clothes. So, I told him that I've bought those clothes that he has been using them for a long time. So he now said I didn't tell him that I'm going to burn the clothes, but he was still angry. He went and took a cup and poured some petrol from his bike that I should provide the clothes. So he came out and poured the petrol on me and was running, he ran after me. So I fell down. And where I fell down, he brought the lighter. He brought the lighter and lit it on me.
The victim's family is demanding justice and calling for appropriate sanctions against the suspect.
He was really lucky that the vigilante came on time. He would have been lynched. And we want the law to take its course.
Religious leaders have also condemned the alleged act, saying violence against a spouse is contrary to Christian teachings.
So the situation under which a pastor will go that far to set the wife ablaze, it is very wrong. I want to assume it is under satanic influence.
The Kogi State Police Command says the case has been transferred to its Criminal Investigation Department for further investigation and prosecution.
Once the police has concluded investigation, it will be charged to court for prosecution for attempted culpable homicide.
The victim remains on admission as investigations into the incident continue. In Kogi, for News Central, Morno Balagbubu.
Another devastating story there, and quite sad that it's also being blamed on satanic influence. Morno Balagbubu there with the update. Now, to more stories. Former Kaduna State Governor Nasir El-Rufai has filed a 10 billion naira fundamental rights suit against the Independent Corrupt Practices and Other Related Offences Commission over alleged denial of family access while in custody. El-Rufai, through his lawyer Ubong Akpan, filed the case at the Federal High Court in Abuja on August 13. He joined the ICPC chairman and the Attorney General of the Federation as defendants. The former governor alleges that ICPC officials prevented his wife, Aichatou Asabe, and son, Abba El-Rufai, from visiting him and supplying food, medication, and other necessities. He also alleges that officials physically restrained and intimidated the pair. El-Rufai is asking the court to order unhindered and reasonable access to his family and counsel throughout his detention. He's also seeking 10 billion naira in damages over alleged violations of his constitutional rights. And now to the north, a week-long training for stakeholders in Plateau State to help ensure safer schools for Nigerian students has ended in Jos, the state capital. The training ended with a call on relevant authorities to ensure improved protection of students, teachers, and learning centers. News Central's Chizoba Aniwe completes this report.
The event, with the theme Strengthening Community-Based Safe School Framework for a More Secure and Resilient Nigeria, was organized by the Man O' War Nigeria. The training is part of the 4th National Camping Exercise of the stakeholders at the Citizenship and Leadership Training Center, Shere Hills in Jos. The national coordinator of the Safe Schools project gave an insight on the expectations of the exercise.
The selected topics ranging from safeguarding and child protection to emergency drills address the most critical areas of school safety. The training emphasizes that safety is not about physical protection, but also about that social well-being, responsible behavior, and community cooperation.
Host of the event and Governor of Plateau State, Caleb Mutfwang, represented by the State Commissioner for Education, Kacholom Gang, assured that everything possible is being done to ensure safer schools on the plateau.
We will not sit idle and watch. We will do everything we can to secure and safeguard our schools. So we are looking up to you to be the trainer for other people in our local governments, in our wards, that will need also to be trained so that they will know how to be vigilant and protect themselves and their communities and our schools.
The national coordinator of the Man O' War Nigeria says the capacity building effort will improve the synergy among stakeholders for the same objectives.
We will be working hand in hand with the security agencies in terms of community sensitization and enlightenment, and in terms of information and intelligence gathering. And the members of the public should be rest assured that by the resumption, our schools will be a safe haven for both learning and teaching.
With over 3,000 coordinators selected from the 774 local government areas of the country, there are hopes that the objectives of this just concluded exercise will be achieved to improve the nation's education sector. In Plateau for News Central, Chizoba Aniwe.